Welcome back for another edition of the PM Podcast. Here we discuss feedback from our partners and all the changes happening here at PracticeMatch. Now, we have been hosting focus groups for physicians and clients for about 3 years now. Our goal is to develop products and services that will benefit both the candidate and the client. But first, let me reintroduce myself. My name is Gary Vancor. I've been with PracticeMatch for almost 6 years now. I work in client support and training. And with us today, I'm happy to say, is my podcast partner in crime. So everyone, please give a warm welcome to Ashley. Aloha, Ashley.
Aloha, Gary. Hi, everyone. My name is Ashley Pashard, and I have been with PracticeMatch since 2021. Before that, I was an in-house physician recruiter and PracticeMatch client. I'm the manager of program relations and data quality on the physician services team here at PracticeMatch. My primary focus is finding ways to attract physicians to the PracticeMatch platform and also making sure we're maximizing opportunities to capture their information in a way that's useful to the client. So I do that by working with program coordinators and chief residents to learn more about what will make them engage with us. And then I work with our teams to implement new features and services based on their feedback.
Okay, so based on her position description, she is clearly the brains, and I'm just the brawn. But I did skip the gym the past 2 days, so my brawny's feeling kind of scrawny. But anyways, the dynamic duo is back together again. All right, folks, let's get into this. We had 2 focus groups this summer on physician engagement and website navigation. We invited a group from our New York career fair and another group from St. Louis to participate in these focus groups. Today, we will review the key topics that were discussed during the sessions and our action plans to address some of the findings. Our first topic from the focus group is engagement. So here is the first question from our physician panel. Do you know the difference between firm and in-house recruiting? Now, the short answer, no. The physicians didn't have a true understanding of the difference between in-house recruiters and firms. One physician asked if it had something to do with the way they're reimbursed. And it gave us an opportunity to provide a bit of education. But I always get surprised by just how little they actually know.
I am too, Gary. This drove me crazy when I was a recruiter. Sometimes I would have the same physician apply directly to me, but then also apply through 2 firms. It complicates things really quickly, and physicians don't often understand how it can negatively impact their candidacy. I have a didactic day course that I offer for programs called Recruitment Models Red Flags to Watch For. It's my highest requested topic by far. In fact, I just presented it to Mayo. So we're doing what we can to educate them. Through our focus group conversation, we really learned that the biggest thing you can do as an in-house recruiter to differentiate yourself is to list the actual city and actual facility you're recruiting for. Firms are always vague because they don't want the physician to apply directly with the facility. So next we asked, what tools are you using to better yourself as a physician? The physicians reported using physician community Facebook groups, society websites, UpToDate, and journals.
Well, awesome. I'm glad they have some great resources to help them in their fields. But I just wonder if I can use any of those tools to learn how to be a doctor myself.
You might learn some things, but I think you might need to go to medical school and do a residency first.
Yeah, you're right. Well, thanks for crushing my dreams, Ashley.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. I guess we'll just move on to the next question then. All right. If you are looking for a job, what tools or resources are you currently using? Now, physicians reporting using PracticeMatch, of course. I mean, it was our focus group, but both virtual live career fairs were mentioned. Some also mentioned using Medicus, Practice Lane, Doc Cafe. LinkedIn is used a little, but most of the physicians said they don't have a LinkedIn. And as a group, they don't feel like there are many clinical roles listed on LinkedIn. They also mentioned speaking to recruiters at conferences.
Yeah, live events are really making a comeback. Our live career fairs have been a huge success this year, and we plan on visiting even more cities next year. Be sure that you look at our schedule and compare it to the conferences that you're targeting. You might find that we have a family medicine career fair before AAFP in the same city, or an internal medicine career fair before SHM. Then, if travel isn't in your budget, reach out to your CAM to talk about geofencing the conference so you still get visibility to those candidates even if you're not physically there. Also, keep an eye on what conferences we are attending because if we're there, we're interviewing physicians on site and building the database. So it's a good bet that there will be a lot more physicians in that specialty in the days after the conference.
Agree.
All right. So next we ask them, have you navigated around our website for resources on contract negotiation, loan repayment, scholarships, or immigration assistance? One physician reported that these are all hot topics in her physician Facebook group and that they're all looking for these things. Another physician reported that our educational webinars are very beneficial. When asked what other things they would be looking for, lawyers and contract negotiation came up. The good news is we offer all of these things. Some of them are brand new to our website. So the next step is promoting them and making sure physicians know about all the things that we have to help them in our Career Resource Center.
I love it. This is proof. We take this feedback and we make real changes. And like you said, we just got to make sure the masses know it's there. So I volunteer to do a commercial.
Careful what you ask for. We have a TikTok.
Okay. Whatever dance I have to do, come here. Come to PracticeMatch. All right. Next question, folks. Are there other tools that would be useful to you that we don't currently provide? Some answers we got: opportunities for high quality social interaction with other physicians, connecting physicians when they relocate. Also, they want examples of successful business plans for adding specific subspecialties as a new service line.
Interesting ideas. I always like hearing what they come up with and, kicking it around, saying, can we come up with solutions for this?
Yeah.
I could really see us potentially doing something with the regional social groups. I feel like that is also an opportunity to partner with clients. I wonder if our clients have any thought on the best way they could make this happen in their regions, and then maybe we could help them promote the groups. Still thinking about it.
Okay.
So we also asked, where do you currently do your CME or who do you do it with? Answers there
Mm.
included monthly and quarterly questions on their board website, reading articles on up to date, and specialty specific sites.
Okay, good. I'm glad they didn't say videos from Google. The last thing I want is my doctor to be relying on YouTube for more training. Okay. Next question. Right now, in your journey, are there any pain point areas where you wish you could find information that you just can't find at all? So I was expecting the answers to be more ideas, potentially some things that we just haven't heard of. But the physicians went in on job postings, saying some jobs don't give a lot of information in their posting. I mean, you have to wait until the interview to get basic information, like the salary, a specific location. Like they don't want to see it's a lovely town. And this took us back to some of the firm tactics. So we were able to give them some more education there. Also, call expectation is key and schedule flexibility.
Oh, Gary, this feels like deja vu from our last podcast.
Yeah.
I will say, I honestly wish I knew this when I was a recruiter. I can't tell you how many times I sent emails with beautiful Southern Illinois as the subject line, and it makes me cringe thinking about it now, but I know I was guilty of this.
It's okay. We all make a mistake every now and
Ah,
then.
all right. So, speaking of emails, we also asked them, how many emails are you getting a day about jobs? Responses included a lot and too many. They were very quick with that. But as we dug into the details, we learned that they're receiving 5 to 10 emails a day. We also learned that if it doesn't have specific information in the subject line, they're not opening it. Again, they want to see specialty and specific location in the subject line. For example, pediatric opportunity in New York City. If it doesn't have specific information in the body, they're not replying. They want to see, again, specific location, salary, schedule, and call expectations. In addition to that, the sign off matters. So if you say something like, if you're interested in more information, reach out to me at, that's fine. But if it's too fluffy or they feel like you're selling them something, they're not responding because they can sense the desperation. Their words, not mine.
All right, folks, put yourself out there, but don't be too desperate. Okay, key balance, you got to find it. Well, honestly, I just hosted a webinar on this, and it's been an ongoing pain point for sure. But it makes sense. I mean, these folks don't want to have to dig for important details. Show them what they need to see if you want a response. That's simple. All right, next up. Are you receiving texts about jobs? And how do you feel about that? All right, so their answer. They try to be protective of their phone number, and they don't really have a lot of time during the day to respond. So overall, they stated they prefer not to receive text.
Yeah, that's a tough one. But I really do have to play former recruiter devil's advocate here. I hear that they don't want to get texts and it feels spammy. I get it. I get a lot of texts every day from, places that I've shopped before because you can't check out without giving your email anymore. Or email and phone number. But I also know that when I was a recruiter, my actual response rate to email was 1%. It was usually much higher for subspecialties, but typically 1% for the broad email blast. However, I got a 10% response rate to texts. Even if it was a no thank you, or actually I'm interested in positions in this other state, it was still an almost immediate response, and I scheduled a lot of phone screens from texting efforts.
Yeah, I'm with you there, Ashley. Totally agree. Texts are awesome. Easier to put together, and it goes right to the phone that's probably in their hand or close by in their pocket. And with response rates like that, I'm definitely going to send a text.
For sure.
All right, so next part of the focus group, we discussed website navigation. Now, we asked the physicians to do certain tasks on our website, and we had one of our team members sit next to them while they did it, so we could see if it was an intuitive layout or if there were opportunities for us to improve it.
Yeah, so this focus group topic was especially interesting to me because we've spent a lot of time over the last year revamping the entire physician side of the website. We updated all of the educational content. We added a lot of resources and tools related to student loans and PSLF, contract negotiation, immigration assistance, scholarships, and our physician ambassador program. We added more calls to action and ways to collect physicians' contact information within these things using tools like fillable forms, downloadable books, and of course, interactive tools. So we can see that these changes have increased our website traffic. We're seeing an increase of CVs. Our efforts are definitely paying off. This was the first time, though, that we had the opportunity to sit down with our target audience and watch how they interact with it.
Ooh, all right, no pressure. Chance to see the fruits of our labor here. All right, fingers crossed for some good feedback. Here we go. So the first task we asked them to do, search for a job in their specialty in St. Louis and look for a job that might pique their interests. Afterwards, we asked them, how easy was it to navigate our job board? Also, what other filters would you like to see? Is there any additional information you'd like to see in the job listings? So right away, everyone was able to search and find a job in their specialty, and it was intuitive. We did find some areas where we could improve on the subspecialties though. For example, we had a pediatric heme oncology physician present. he searched from the first page using the keyword area to search for a subspecialty, and it still populated pediatric positions. It does work correctly when you also select the hematology oncology filter on the job board, but it wasn't immediately intuitive to him. Another thing that we noticed was that the feature jobs are quite large. It wasn't intuitive to all the physicians that you need to scroll down to see the rest of the list. Filter-wise, no one had anything to add, so that's great. We're going to use this knowledge to change our job board page. We're going to put the filters across the top so they're more visible and subspecialties are easier to locate. We will keep those feature jobs plenty big, but we'll need to adjust the layout so people don't think those jobs are the entire job board. As for the job postings, the physicians did have some things to share about them. One thing that was like a big deal was the job descriptions. Too vague. They share more information about the system than the specific job. They need to include salary, schedule call expectations, specific locations, daily duties, patient volume, size of the group, inpatient versus outpatient. Is it an EMR system? Does it come with an academic title, support staff? So basically, the key takeaway here was to have specific details in the job description.
Yes, sounds like they know what they want.
Yeah,
all right.
So it's time to listen.
Okay, so the next thing that we asked them to do was find a career fair and register for it. Everyone was able to do this very quickly. They could easily tell which were live and which were virtual. No changes here. After that, we asked everyone to navigate to the ambassador program, and everyone found their way there pretty quickly as well. They understood the concept of the ambassador program based on the copy, but they did have some questions about what it means to be a physician ambassador and what exactly they would have to do to earn credit. So we updated the copy on the webpage to make it more clear, and that was an easy fix.
Awesome. So far, I'm loving this feedback. I mean, the group attendees are really finding the platform to be user-friendly.
Yeah.
So my heart is happy. All right, next up, we had everyone navigate to our CV builder. They found it quickly and felt it was easy to use. It had all the appropriate fields for a professional CV. They did share that it wasn't very obvious that the templates were clickable. So now, when you scroll over one, it lights up and tells you to click. Someone also suggested that they would like to be able to upload a PDF of a CV and have the builder read it so they can just fill in a few blanks. So that was a good suggestion that we are considering adding it.
Yeah, that is a good idea. All right, so I'm going to share my screen real quick just so I can show some examples of what we're talking about here. Bear with me for one moment. Perfect. So let's take a look at the job board before and after. So as we were mentioning, the physicians were having a hard time finding the filters over on the left-hand side, and the featured jobs are kind of large here, and you can't really tell, it's not very intuitive that you need to scroll down to see more opportunities. So this is the before. And then here is a mock-up of the after. So you can see we're moving all of those filters to the top level. So they're very easy to see. You can still see all of the featured jobs here. And it's very easy to see that there are also positions down below. So the next thing that we did was have them search for a webinar. On the webinar page, there is a spot where you can suggest a webinar topic, and you can see that's down below now. And before that was up higher. So physicians didn't realize that you had to scroll down to register for an upcoming webinar. So we quickly just flipped this. This is what it looks like on our website now. All right, and let's talk about scholarships for a minute. So they were having a difficult time finding the scholarships from the main physician page, which looks like this. This is what the before looks like. And so we switched it around to add scholarship right here in the navigation where they can apply for a scholarship. We also have this big green apply button above. This one made me really happy. We have spent a lot of time building out scholarship opportunities over the last few months, so I'm excited to find ways to improve the user experience and get some more engagement as we really start to promote those.
This is all awesome. I'm so happy to see like I'm part of a group that takes care of its people. Like all these changes we're making have been a huge improvement for the user experience. And we know we have more to do, but we're doing it. Like it's awesome stuff all around.
It's so much fun.
Hand claps to practice match. All right, folks, that's a wrap for another great session. Well, thank you all for watching this edition of the PM podcast. Please keep an eye out for emails or surveys about upcoming topics that we can include in our next physician focus groups. Big thank you to my partner, Ashley, for providing some great information and feedback. Once again, I'm Gary, and we hope you'll join us next time. Until then, happy hunting, everybody.
Bye, everyone.